So welcome to part 2 in this video series, 3 ways to build resilience at the school gates. I'm thinking not so much about our kids for a change, but actually about us. In part 1, we talked about getting back to a really strong sense of self, who we are, what's important to us, what really matters, and using that to establish a real sense of focus and purpose when we are involved in any kind of interaction around school and with this group of people where perhaps we may be feeling a bit lacking in confidence. Part 2 today is all about taking a minute. Taking a minute initially can mean taking some time simply to breathe. Whether that's sitting in the car before you walk to the school gates, before you walk into a school event, before you open a message from school, whatever it might be that is leading to you feeling a little bit less than confident, using your breath to calm you has been scientifically proven to reduce those levels of adrenaline and cortisol that kind of rush through our systems when we're feeling a little bit stressed or a bit nervous. So taking some time for a series of deep breaths in and out can work wonders in resetting our physical system, but also our mental system, re-engaging that sense of self, purpose, values, why we're here, what are we here for, what's important to us. So taking a moment to start with our breath is a really great place to start. The second thing we can do is really think about our body language. You may have come across Amy Cuddy's TED talk a number of years ago where she talked about how body language can change the way we think and therefore feel in a certain situation. She became known for the power pose, so think Wonder Woman, standing up, hands on your hips, legs apart. I'm not anticipating people doing this in their cars, although by all means give it a go, but the simple movements in our body can really help to make us think that we are perhaps feeling a little bit more stronger and capable than maybe we are. So it can start by resetting your shoulders. Susie Redding, one of the Psychologies regular contributors, does great stuff on Instagram around this, where she calls it the chicken wing shoulder roll. Up and round and down. Put your shoulders back where they are supposed to be rather than up here where mine are a lot of the time. Putting your shoulders back, chin up, softening your stomach, and just sort of stretching back into yourself, taking up space. Those things can really help, and you don't have to make a grand gesture with it. Quite often now I will simply use the shoulders, kind of take my position again. So using your body to create a sense of confidence can be another thing that you can do. So we've got our breath, we've got our bodies, trying to regain that sense of self and confidence even when we're not feeling it. We can trick our minds into thinking that we do. The other thing we can do is to observe. A lot of questions that come up for clients, friends, anyone around the school community that I've noticed over the many years of working in and around schools are questions simply kind of, where will I stand? Who will I talk to? What if I'm going to interrupt something private? I've seen this with students over the years as well. We don't tend to grow out of this necessarily. But taking a moment to observe can be really enlightening. To stand back, perhaps, to not feel that you have to immediately go in and engage in a conversation, but to stand back and have a look around and ask, what do I notice? What do I see going on? It could be you see others in the same boat who are hanging back a little bit. It could be, without eavesdropping, that you notice some shared topics of interest and conversation are going on that you could join into. It could be that you notice something on a t-shirt or a hoodie that someone's wearing that sparks your interest. For me, it was noticing someone wearing a hoodie from a country music festival and thinking, I see very few people interested in the same kind of music as me in this country. And that sparked a really interesting conversation that I hadn't expected. So taking a moment to breathe, to regain that sense of self and purpose, taking a moment to use your body language to calm and build confidence, taking some time to pause, observe, and notice what's going on around you. All of those things can build that sense of resilience that you maybe feel is lacking in and around the school gates or school area. In part 3, we're going to be talking about being yourself. So I look forward to seeing you for part 3.